welcome back to the Daily Doyle, your word of wisdom, hope, or encouragement for the day. I'm reading something from Daily Hope for Hurting Hearts. Great devotional book here. So this one, the verse for this one says, "He has made everything beautiful in its time. He has also set eternity in the hearts of men." Ecclesiastes 3:11. When my granddaughter Stella was very little, she made good use of the word more when she really liked something. Her favorite food was quesadillas. No matter what time of the day, breakfast, lunch, or dinner, she wanted quesadillas. Only she called it dia. "Stella, what would you like to eat?" "Dia." And usually when I would give her one, she would then say, "More." It was the same time when I read her a Bible story before bedtime. As soon as I finished the story, she said, "More." So I read her another story, and at the end, she said, "More." So I did another, "More," and another, "More." And on it would go. Quesadillas and stories about Jesus are good things, and to this day, we're always happy to supply Stella with all she wants, of both. Sometimes, however, this desire for more can create problems for us, especially if we're craving more of the wrong things, like ice cream or Krispy Kreme donuts, or Loungeflies, or gym shores, or Disney pins. Do you know why that is? As we read in today's opening verse, God has placed a seed of eternity deep in our innermost being. In our heart of hearts, there is a recognition that this world will not be able to deliver on its promises. No matter what this world gives us, we will find ourselves wanting more. More life, more hope, more joy, more peace, more satisfaction, and ultimately, more of the presence of God Himself. In heaven, those desires will be fulfilled in a way beyond what we can imagine. But until that day, when we cross over to the other side, He willingly gives us more and more and more of Himself. And that's the closest thing we have to heaven on earth. I read this last night, and the two things that stuck out to me personally, because I really tried to think, what do I always find myself like wanting more of, thinking like, okay, if I just had, a little bit more of this, I'll be satisfied. And certainly becoming a Disney collector and just, falling in love with these Loungeflies here behind me. I do find myself getting caught up, especially in the Loungefly online groups and things like that, where it's really easy to fall into that hype. I know right now, like the one a lot of us are waiting to drop is the Villains crossbody book Loungefly bag. And it's like, oh my gosh, like I have to have that. And I admit I've kind of fallen into that myself too. But I can certainly tell you, like with every bag that I've been excited to get, like, oh my gosh, I have to have this one. And now, it's just on the wall collecting dust. Like, was I satisfied afterwards? No, I'm still wanting more. And the other thing, if I have to be honest, is probably money. And I think a lot of us fall into that, like always wanting more. I am admittedly a workaholic, just always working the overtime and trying to get that bigger and bigger paycheck to try to pay down debt and, make sure we stay on top of the bills and have some extra for Loungeflies. And it's always just like that rat race of wanting more and more and more and thinking like, okay, if I just get to this point, I'll be satisfied. But really, like, that's never going to be the case. Like, this world was not meant to satisfy us. So that's just something for you to contemplate today. And I'll see you tomorrow.